Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Today we have an interesting update for you guys about Jen Bocher and Rishi Singh. And we did a video a couple of days ago about these two, and we know now that they've broken up. The news was originally brought forward by Rishi a couple of days ago, and then Jen replied to that, and she kind of called out Rishi. And in her reply, she hinted that Rishi was trying to get back on the show, and perhaps was even in the process of, meeting somebody that was a former cast member to film for another season of 90 Day Fiancé. And so that created a lot of drama. And that person, in the last video we did, I didn't mention that person, but I did put a comment out, and I said that based on the information I'm seeing online, I'm seeing this name, Dr. April Carter. Now, being that I don't really watch Love in Paradise, I didn't really know who Dr. April Carter is. Now, I've tried watching Love in Paradise before, but it's really not up to par to the main 90 Day Fiancé shows, so I kind of, I tune in here and there, but I don't really watch it as much as maybe I should, but there's just too many spinoffs. Anyways, that's the same show where I think we originally met Johan and Danielle. They were on that summer show, and then they came to the main show. Now, the point about today's video is we're going to talk about April Carter because she replied to, Jen and also to Rishi, and she had a lot to say. So let's take a look. Now, first things first, if you guys are not aware, because I think that a lot of people are not aware of who Dr. April Carter is, let's see if we can take a look here and figure out who Dr. April Carter is. Now, she is 38 years old. I think she's 39 by now, and she appeared in Love in Paradise Season 3, which was this year in 2023. Now, I have already spoken about Johan and Danielle, which is interesting because this story that they were on, just looking through the information, seeing the details, reminds me a lot of Johan and Danielle. And the reason for that is because, April went to the DR, to the Dominican Republic, on a business trip, and there she met a personal trainer, the Juan Valentine. I don't know why, his last name is also his nickname. I don't know what happened there. Maybe if you guys watch the show and you know the whole story behind it, let me know, because I find that very odd indeed. But the Juan, a personal trainer in the DR, and he was working as a fitness instructor, I guess. And that's when April walked into this life. And the Juan broke his number one rule, which is to never date clients. Somehow, I don't know why I don't buy that. But the interesting thing is wasn't Johan also working as a fitness instructor when he met Danielle, right? And so you can see the parallels here between these two stories. It's almost like TLC was going for a Johan and Danielle version 2.0. Now, Dr. April Carter, she is a doctor, and she also has a law degree. That's been the source of controversy because, I looked it up, and I believe some people were slamming her on the show, that were watching, because she was trying to pass herself off as a lawyer when in fact she just had some kind of law certificate or something like that, which does not qualify one to work in law. So I think she was trying to overemphasize her achievements and her degrees. So she's been the source of heat. Also, she's been the source of bad reviews, people saying that she's incompetent and things of that nature. So we're just going through who this April Carter is, in case you guys don't know. And if we look on her LinkedIn profile, she has all these degrees, right? She has a Juris Master in Health Law. Then she has a master's degree in Healthcare Administration. She has a Doctor of Medicine from St. Kitts. And then she has her bachelor's degree. So she has a whole bunch of degrees here. And people were saying that she was trying to pass herself off as some kind of lawyer, but people were kind of slamming and exposing her here on Reddit for not being a lawyer, not even a law school graduate. Now, the point of this video is not really to go through all of that. Also, another bad review for Dr. April Carter. Horrible attitude, incompetent, and could care less about her patients. More concerns with pushing her agenda over what's best for the patient. Looks like she went to St. Kitts to get her degree. Did I read that right? On another note, it was funny. She thought they were bleaching the plantains. So somebody saying the review is totally sus. So who knows, right? Perhaps she's not as bad as these reviews make her out. But that's a little bit of information about April Carter. We're going to take a look at her in just a second. First off, let's take a look at exactly what is going on here. So April Carter claps back after Jen Bocher accuses her and ex-Rishi of engagement scheme. Now, April Carter clapped back after fellow franchise star Jen Bocher seemingly hinted April and Jen's ex Rishi Singh were scheming to get engaged so they could return to the show. Now, in the video, she says, let's talk about what Jen doesn't want you to know. One thing she did say in her live was that they broke up in the summer, which is true. April also claimed that Jen, 48, and Rishi, 32, were supposed to appear on an upcoming episode of the 90 Day Fiancé spinoff 90 Day Diaries, but the show was pushed back. So she said some interesting things, April did. So actually, perhaps, maybe we can go and we can watch part of this video. Now,
I'm here with the Jen and Rishi Bombshell.
Okay, so the reason why, we're going to look through all of this, but the thing is, my theory about April Carter is she seems to be just another clout chaser, another thirsty person that appears on the show to try to up their brand and try to get more followers and things like that. And when I watched this video, very long, and she talks a lot, and she kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't even know her before, and she just all of a sudden infiltrated herself into a major storyline of 90 Day Fiancé when she was just on a spinoff that I don't think many people cared about because there's not even many stories about it on the internet. So I think that April is really enjoying this attention that this whole thing is getting or giving her. Let's take a listen to what she's saying here.
Approval. They're not going to post it for me. I'm going to post it myself. I'm going to post this one video, and that's going to be the end of it. I'll answer a few questions. Probably won't get to most because, again, I think,
like I said, it's a very long video, so I'll just mention a few things. So the most interesting thing that I think she says is that Jen and Rishi were supposed to appear on this 90 Day Diary spinoff. Basically, they broke up in the summer, and she goes on. She kind of slams them both for faking their relationship for a couple of months because of trying to get on the 90 Day Fiancé spinoff. And so they've been making it seem like, yeah, we're kind of, perhaps still together, which is exactly what I've said before, which is that people that come on the show, they basically try to, even when they break up, and we see this with Jabri and others, even when they break up, they try to make it seem as if they're perhaps not fully broken up. Maybe they're still together because, and this was my theory, and April kind of confirms this, because they're waiting for that phone call from TLC just in case you want to appear on Pillow Talk. You want to appear on 90 Day Fiancé Diaries. Hey, maybe a couple that was supposed to appear on before the 90 days or after or whatever, is unable to film. We have an opening. You want to come join. So that was my theory about why couples are not open about their actual real status. And Dr. April does confirm that.
that's the question that everybody needs to get answered. The reason is because they're supposed to do some more filming with TLC. They're supposed to have diaries drop. That shit was supposed to drop last month. It got pushed to November, and then it got pushed again to next year. So that shit may never drop. Who knows? Goddamn phone fell. Again, I'm not doing a second video. Sorry. So basically, they want to make it look like they're still together so that their show Diaries can come out. Okay, that's why she's been lying to you all. All right, it's not about me wanting to do some filming and trying to scoop him up and take him from her. No, sorry, that shit didn't happen. She's trying to secure her own bag. Okay, because you only get paid when the show airs, not filming, only when it airs. Okay, so she's trying to secure her own bag by shitting on everybody around her. But what pissed her off was Rishi making the post about them no longer being together. Now, I think she perhaps thinks I put him up to that, and I actually didn't. I was surprised too. I didn't know he was gonna make that post, but he did it. I said he should have did it a long time ago. Pause. I told Rishi, just like I told her, you guys lying to the public. This shit is gonna come back to bite you in the ass. No judgment. I'm just letting you know it may not go well, okay? Why he decided to make that post, I'm not really sure, but he did, and I had nothing to do with it. Had nothing to do with them breaking up. I talked to all the cast. I talked to a lot of cast, okay? I had nothing to do with them breaking up. I had nothing to do with him making the post. I had no idea he was going to make that post. But when he publicly said they're split, the bitch was pissed, okay? She was mad because, one, that affects their filming, and two, I think she wanted to publicly make it look like she and them were still together. So why would I make that post after she drops her post to Hit 'Em Up by Tupac, which is arguably the biggest diss track in fucking ever?
Okay, so going on a bit of a tangent here. So the other interesting thing that she said was that Jen broke up with Rishi, but not before starting to see somebody else. So that is an accusation Dr. April here also said. She said that they were trying to film for 90 Day Diaries. That is another thing that she said. And she also kind of, like I said, this is a long video and it's really long, and she kind of rambles on quite a lot. She doesn't specifically mention whether she and Rishi are together, but she kind of talks in a way as if she kind of knows him and as if she kind of talks to him, right? And you guys kind of heard it there. She's like, yeah, well, he reached out to me and we spoke about this, and I told him, you should have dropped that post earlier. So she does kind of speak in a way as if she's very familiar with Rishi. And she also at some point is going to say in that clip that, she's not right now filming for anything as far as she knows, she says, which is weird. And she says, but even if she were to film anything, she wouldn't tell anybody because of obviously NDA, situation. So she's being kind of vague there. I think she's enjoying the attention that she's getting from this. And the other thing is, I don't know that Jen ever mentioned her directly by name. I think this whole rumor about, Rishi seeing April was started by somebody else, and somehow it spiraled. And we can see here in the comments that, somebody says, I'm missing where Jen, I don't know if you guys can see this right here. Let me highlight it for you. I'm missing where Jen even spoke her name on anything she posted. And she says she didn't. On one social media gossip sites attached a screenshot to Jen's live and shared it. So this is how the whole rumor about it being Dr. April Carter started, was because on a site that was covering this, and they shared Jen's video, and next to it was a picture of Dr. April for some reason, and that started a rumor that they were dating. So, and then somebody says here, actually, this is Dr. April says, please go watch the live again. She made a ton of references to me. She had already been texting me, asking other cast about me, and her and Rishi were constantly fighting, bringing my name up. He was clear what her intentions were. Now she's apologizing. But she never said your name at all. I watched the live, and if you don't care about her so much and what you had to say, why make this video? Nobody even cares about the Rishi and Jen saga. And then she says, the song Hit 'Em Up is a diss track. She already made it clear what she was about to do prior to the love or her post. I said something so she would reconsider trashing me. Anyway, it didn't work. She still had a lot of lies to spill. She publicly apologized to Rishi, but I only heard crickets. Who cares? This is all so dumb, and Rishi isn't much of a catch. Why fight publicly over someone you claim is just a friend? And everyone know that the song Hit 'Em Up, blah, blah, blah. It's a bit of a confusing, jumbled mess here, and I'm not sure that we're really getting any answers. Then this person here says, whoa, thank you so much for this info. I know it's beneath you that you took so much time out of your busy job, doctor, CEO, etc., to waste 5 minutes of your life I can never get back. This is a good look for you. So this person here, very sarcastic. Let's see what people say, right? So worked up over someone that will never marry her either. That's why her ex-boyfriend dumped her on national TV. She's a rich snob elite. And then she replies, Dr. April does, I'm guessing you're slow. Go watch the show again because you didn't get it. And then she replies to this other person, no idea what you are. Never mind. It's not worth a response. So it's a straightforward yes or no question. Are you mystery, the mystery cast person that he's referring to? And she says no. So I think that's pretty much case closed right there. So that's the information we're really looking for. And I do feel like April is kind of trying to infiltrate herself into what has been a pretty decently big news story about 90 Day Fiancé. That's just the feeling that I get. I don't know if you guys see it that way as well. Just going on this long video when her name wasn't even mentioned. It was not mentioned in Jen's video. I rewatched that and it was just not mentioned. Like I said, I just mentioned the name because a lot of people were talking about it and bringing it up, but her name was actually not mentioned. I feel like she's trying to make it into a bigger story than it is, but then she says no, she is not the person that Rishi might be coming back on the show with. So basically, this whole thing is a done deal. That's it. So the only thing that we really get from this is that Jen and Rishi were indeed trying to come back on the show, even though they were supposedly broken up. So another potential fraud storyline. And, you know, thankfully, we didn't get to see that because we already saw a bunch of fraudulent storylines on 90 Day The Last Resort with Kalani and Aswo that were already on the outs while that was filming. And then, of course, Kelly and Molly were already on the outs as well when that was filming. So thankfully, we didn't get to see another one because I don't think we need to see people that are not together just pretend like they're together just to get some airtime, right? So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This was the video for today, guys. The response by Dr. April Carter to what Jen and Rishi have been saying. So basically, she's calling Jen a liar. She's actually calling both of them liars and trying to pretend like, they were still together when they weren't. And she says that, Jen cheated on Rishi basically because she was still with him when she started seeing somebody else. That's really the main parts of the whole video that she did today, in my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe for more content right here on the channel, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care.